What is going on, guys? Kevin over at Legbros coming back at you with another video today. Boy, is this box gigantic. Over 10 pounds of figures in here. And, see a look in there. Looks like a lot of Star Wars. 10 plus pounds, all Star Wars. $2,300 is what we're in on this one. And we also bought a Superheroes haul from the same seller. I've bought from them several times, so thank you very much. Shout out to you, my friend. And we're going to get into this. I don't know how much we're going to get into it, but we're going to get into it. Look at that. Look at that. Just heavenly sight right there. Good Lord. They are in these little tiny bags, so we'll just take one bag out at a time. That makes it very nice and easy. I don't know if they're separated in any particular way, other than the fact that there's just a gajillion Star Wars figs in here. Usually the pieces are in pretty good condition from this seller as well, so I'm very encouraged and usually just snap on buying anything from them just because they are a trusted buyer, or trusted seller, I guess I would say, at this point. So I appreciate them, and let's get started. Stores.ebay.com/Legbros, where you can find a lot of this stuff once it's complete, if you're in the need of a ton of Star Wars stuff. Or on Bricklink. Now we are expanding on Bricklink, of course, and on Whatnot, where you can get $15 off your first purchase if you've never used it before. Just use that link down below in the description. Let's get started, shall we? We're looking for tings around here, things that are $15 and up. Usually go here up the top, $10 and research down here in the middle, and then everything else down at the bottom. We are going to go pretty fast on this because of the fact that there's a lot of it. so you know, one bag at a time. We'll see how many bags we get to. If it has to be multiple because I can't physically stand anymore, then that's what happens, and sorry. Believe it or not, these actually sell very, very well, especially this pattern for whatever reason. So I sell pilots like that just fine, no problem. There's an Imperial right here. Here is our first possible ting of the day. It looks like it is in great condition as well. That is a headset Anakin as well, but not perfect condition. That is a Dagobah Yoda, the very original Yoda they ever made, which is that one. Is that Kanan Jarrus's legs? Whose legs are those? All right. We don't usually wait. I mean, we don't usually do this until the end, but I am super curious about this one right now. We just need to look this one up real quick. We're going to use Recognize to look it up and take a glance at what is possibly here. Knee pads. Come on. Two minifigures, not Kanan. Oh, it is Kanan Jarrus. Man, I'm smart. Sometimes you're good at your job if you've been doing it for a really long time. That was a shot in the dark, too. That's a good piece, too. That is a A-Wing pilot, I believe. And an old school Imperial. That is really old school. That's old gray. Here is a possibly good part. I think that goes to the newer version of Akbar. Just have a pilot right there. A transport trooper. 501st. Not much to see there. Stormtrooper right there. This looks like a gunner helmet. Probably could clean that up, but is it worth it? Hard to say. Old school, very first edition Stormtrooper right there. We have Palpatine/Vader. Interesting mashup right there. Sith Trooper. Those are fairly decent as well. I probably should put those, you know, like up here. Now, this is a lot of parts and pieces. It's not a lot of full figs, so our values are going to be based off of the fact of, you know, what they're going to make in the end. That is a Boba Fett, let's say, light bluish gray version, but it's not in the best condition. I think it's just the arms. The torso's dirty, but I probably could clean that up. So we'll put that up there for right now. We do have the sideburns, the crazy sideburns Imperial right there as well, which is pretty cool. Nothing there. Just regular Imperial. The mustache himself, the man, the myth. Rey/Unkar Thug pieces. I mean, of course, we need all of these that we could ever find. There's so much use for clone heads. Both the old style and the new style. They both get fair use in my store, for sure. There is Princess Leia. That's a good fig right there. Here we have the teal astromech droid as well. That one's going to be useless to me. That's just a keychain R2 that somebody tried to make not a keychain R2. Here we do have the original, not cracked actually, 501st Trooper, which is a good fig there as well. Came down a little bit once they actually started making 501st Troopers more frequently. Episode 3 Shock Trooper right there. the Jawas. These things sell like crazy, so I'm very happy to get any kind of Jawa parts that I can. We'll put that one right up there for right now. There's another Leia. That's probably the lower value version, though. Let's not put that one up there. Because they are just parts and pieces, we got to be a little bit more sparing in what we're putting over there. Resistance pilot helmet right there. One of my favorite of all time, just because I love the red and black color scheme. It is my very favorite. If you saw my room, you'd see that. That is a first order TIE pilot helmet with the hose and everything. It's one of the cooler helmets there. Just a Phase 1 clone. I say just a Phase 1 clone, but we'll take every Phase 1 clone we can get our hands on. That is for sure. That one looks like it's a little old right there. Is that one? That one is Darth Maul, the original version of Darth Maul. We have Crispy Anakin right there. That's the one that actually did come with a Vader suit. Here is an old Gray's Boba Fett. You can tell because it always looks yellowed, but that's just old gray. It's just old gray. That's fantastic right there. Put that right up there. You can tell the difference in coloring right there. Cool. Cool. Clone. There's a Mandalorian. This, I was going to say, is that one the old school, what, 7190? Wait, no. What's the very first Millennium Falcon? I don't know. But this is the 20-year anniversary Han, which is a good fig too. Not as good as the original version of that would have been, but, you know, we'll take it. That looks like it could be a battle-damaged Vader leg set right there. Here is our Death Star Palpatine. Fantastic. That guy sells so fast, I have a hard time stocking him. Clone Wars, wrong legs on that guy, but Clone Wars Obi. Pretty cool. That one is an AT-AT pilot. We have Jar Jar, which sells like crazy as well. Mandalorian helmet right there. There's Asajj Ventress's legs. Rebel Frand. That is Dirtstain's Anakin. Fantastic. Put that one right up there. And another of the old Darth Maul. That's Indiana Jones's legs. It counts. Same actor, right? Same actor. Chirrut Ermway. That's a good head right there. Looks like old school, probably solid brown Stormtrooper helmet. What do we got here? I'm trying to remember whose legs those are. They look very familiar, but I can't nail it off the top of my head. That is a Han Solo from Carbonite as well. Anakin from Clone Wars. We got Jedi Master Luke, another one of those pilots. Another Rebel Frand. Imperial hoods. We always need hoods. And Tusken Raider. And then little kid Anakin. That's going to wrap it up for bag one. Give you guys some ASMR. Did it work? Who's asleep? Oh my gosh, we only got through one bag. It's been 8 minutes. Yikes. I've been holding off on filming this video for a long time just because I've been so busy. I didn't want the giant 10 pounds of stuff to be organized weighing on my mind, but here we are. It has to happen soon. I haven't gone through the superheroes lot from them either. I feel bad that they haven't seen any of their stuff on video, but it is what it is. It happens. There we have a Palpatine, one of the newer versions with a spongy cape. Resistance pilot right there. So this stuff all came about, if you looked at minifig average, about $230 a pound. So about $2 and maybe $2.30 each, somewhere around there. This guy I always have trouble stocking as well. That is the very first Pearl Light Gold C-3PO, which is a really cool fig. I have a bunch of torsos and no hands of him, because he does have that unique color of hands. That is a sun-bleached snowtrooper. I'll put that up in the damaged stuff right there. We have a pilot right there. The red astromech, red and white, I should say, astromech. It's a fairly decent helmet right there, too. Just goes to a pilot, though. Obi-Wan, the old Obi-Wan. There's another Palpatine. He doesn't have his cape, so let's just leave him down here. We'll leave one up there. Imagine if that was Cloud City. It could have been Cloud City Luke. That is the torso, but the torso is not unique. So, just the legs. Just the legs is what you want. Sith Trooper, those are fairly decent as well, and a Tusken Raider right there. We also do have a Dark Trooper, I believe is what this one is. Missing his helmet, but Dark Troopers are really cool. They sell very well too. People like the look of the Dark Trooper, I guess. Or they're making mocks. I don't know. Another original 501st. And Han. Pilot Jar Jar. Something to that effect. That's one of the newer Han Solos, I think, with the newer hair. I think that's a fairly decent one. We'll put him down there for right now. Boba Fett in the newer form from the newer shows. What is this? Is this all glued? No, oh, it's just fake. Okay. That explains a lot. Yeah, gross. Okay. Fake. Don't need that. What do we got here? That one looked like the newer Vader. But dead giveaway when you feel it. Get it in your hands? Nope, that's not it. Whose is that? It's one of the newer ones. I'm gonna put that in research for right now. Where's our research gonna go? Let's put our research up there for right now. Luke Skywalker in his pilot form. There is a Darth Vader. That's the Death Star Vader. We'll put that one down there. Another Jawa. Is it a good Imperial? I'm trying to remember which Imperial that one is. I think that's fairly decent, though. We have old school, or not old school, but old Obi-Wan. Our Snowman R2-D2. That one's pretty cool. It's got a sword. Look at that. Old school Anakin right there. Old school Imperial. There is our Darth Maul. The old Darth Maul head. You could probably put that up there. Is that the one that goes on this body? Could be. Could be. Old Stormtrooper. The old Scout Trooper there as well. Snow Trooper. Din Djarin. How are we going to break this up? I don't know. It's going to take a little while to go through this stuff. Another Sith Trooper. Here is Kira, I believe. Unfortunately, she is cracked. So we'll put her down there instead of up there. Kira is a great figure. I think that's Kira anyway. I haven't sold her in a while. Old school, old brown Chewbacca. It's a mix of ages on this stuff. I think they go through giant lots of Lego. Here's the hair. And then pull out figs and stuff like that. And then sell the other stuff. Probably such an easier way to go about it than trying to list these things one at a time. Old school, no print on the back, Tatooine Luke. That one's pretty cool. I usually am out of stock on that one, so that's kind of good to find. Another old school Jar Jar. There's Jar Jars on all sorts of different torsos there. That's what it's supposed to look like right there. More Jawas. Yes, please. Hey, look at this. We're putting it together. Old school Yoda. Wrong hands on that guy, of course. Here we do have the newer version of Yoda there as well. And a Scout Trooper. This is old school Palpatine. Put that there. Praetorian Guard. A hover tank pilot. That's good too. See, there's the still a yellow Tatooine Luke, but it has back printing. Not as desirable as the one that doesn't have back printing. And here's another of these. I think. Oh, it's kind of worn down though. Maybe it's just dirty. We'll see. We'll see. ASMR. As I almost knocked over the desk. Sorry for the shaking there. Okay. Continuing on, this bag feels like it has a hole in it. Yep. Sure did. Sure did. There's some big hosses in here. Some big hosses in here. All right. What do we got? Well, first off, we got two Wampas. No horns. This one looks it's like in great condition. This one's a little bit yellowed. The arm actually looks good on that guy, but we'll put some horns on this guy, and he will be fantastic. We'll put those guys up there, as Wampas are very desirable. They take a little while to sell, but probably because they're expensive. But they do sell for a pretty high price. That right there is Poggle the Lesser. I guess those are his legs. But that's a fantastic fig right there. Put that one right up in the ting pile. We got Finn, just a regular Imperial. That's one of the, was that the, what kind of pilot is that? I don't remember. It's a pilot though. One of the more desirable Resistance Troopers. We'll put both of those guys up there as well. Resistance Trooper, not much to say about that one. There's a cape. Love me some capes. Love me some visors as well. That's an Exonite visor. Not quite a... oh, man. Who would do such a thing? That was a Doctor Doom torso, but it is just pellet gunned or chewed up beyond belief. Oh, that's so sad. That's a great fig with the upcoming movies coming up. It's really a bummer. Super Battle Droids right there. We do have Darth Vader's helmet. We'll put that up there. Here's one of the better helmets for sales that has the pure white. Seems like the ones that are like that have the pure white emblem tend to sell a lot better than the other ones for me. I don't know why. Kind of curious. There's another 20th anniversary right there. Let's take a look here. Christmas Chewbacca. That one's good right there. First Order General. Here is a cracked, unfortunately, Kylo Ren. He would have been on the ting pile, but let's put him down there since he's cracked. He's got to get punished for being cracked. Whoops. That is a Special Forces Trooper helmet right there. Oh, our research is going to run out of room. Here, our research over there now. Hopefully we make it over there too. It's going to be hard to say. I think I put the other clone helmet of that in here accidentally because I wasn't paying attention, but those are fairly decent. Any of the other types of clone pilots are actually pretty great. Nothing there. Oh, man. That would have been Pong Krell, his middle torso of Pong Krell, but unfortunately that thing is beat to heck in terms of chew marks and stuff like that. We do have a Darth Maul right here. We'll put him right there. We'll put him right there. There's our actual face print Din Djarin, and that one's a fairly decent one too. More Gungans, 501st. Any interesting helmets in here? Clones. There is a Tusken Raider, Mace Windu, Boba Fett. Here's another Kylo Ren, and this one is not cracked, so we'll put him up there where he belongs. See? That's how you do it, cracked Kylo Ren. Just don't be cracked, and then you get to go up there with your friends. General Grievous parts, that's pretty good. Obviously, you want his cape and his legs. Those are the hardest parts to find, in my experience. Scoot it in the bucket, and another bag comes out. We haven't even made a dent, folks. We have not even made a single dent in the bag, or in the box, I should say. Scoot these over to the side a little bit. Give us some room here. There's some printed legs. Those go to some good figs right there. What is this one? This one is Darth Maul as well, I believe. One of the more expensive versions of him, though. You still see that on the screen? Yeah, I think you can. Dak Ralter. There's another one of the Resistance figs. He's got Din Djarin's leg piece, but one of the Resistance figs that's actually fairly decent. Nothing there, nothing there. Poe Dameron. Those heads are trying to get away from me. AT-AT. Getting text messages. Nothing there. Here's a Thor head for some reason. Old school. There's our headset Anakin. That's what it would go to. That's what it would go to. Ooh, here's his hairpiece too. Nice. Always short on those. It's a weird color for the hairpieces. What's this? Is this actually Vader? It is. Guess we'll just leave that in there. Put that guy right there. Be on our way. Ooh, that's one of the... Man, it's the same pilot as the other one, isn't it? It's the same as these guys, I think. Is it Cloudhopper? No. It's a... Sometimes your mind blanks out. There is... Wait. That is... I was thinking that was just the brown Imperial, but that is Tarkin right there. The newer version of Tarkin in the brown suit. Fantastic value on that guy. We gotta find his head. Hopefully I have one of those. Because I know of his hair already. So if we can find his head, that is a great find right there. That is for sure. Old school Han Solo. Or not old school, sorry. Old Han Solo. From the newer movies, so not old school whatsoever other than his age in the film. Vader, that's a great condition, old school Vader, fantastic. Jar Jar again. Jar Jar sells like hotcakes, I tell you what. Maybe I just have them too cheap. I don't know. Hard to say. There's a clone Mandalorian. Here we have old, I almost said school again. This one is Hoth, Han Solo. That one's actually fairly decent. Put that one up there. It's dark brown, so it usually cracks. So any of the ones that are not cracked are actually in good condition, are hard to find. So that is a skiff guard, I think. I want to say skiff guard. That's not Anakin, but I absolutely love the Lloyd head parts. I need those all the time, and they go to very expensive Lloyd figures. And they're hard to get, those head pieces. We found Mace Windu's head in the other bag. Here's another crispy Anakin right there. This one is Jyn Erso. That's a fantastic find. Is it Jyn Erso? Right? Yeah, Jyn Erso. Yeah. From Rogue One. One of the best Star Wars movies, for sure. Rogue One was fantastic. I don't remember these guys having printing on their arms. I think that printing goes to a Marvel fig, but I'm not gonna lie. That hits. I don't think there was a printed Scout Trooper, but that actually is fantastic in terms of the fit right there. Whoever did that, A+, if it's not an actual thing. I think that's a pretty good astromech. That one might be the one that always fools me, though, and it's a lot cheaper than I think it is. I always think I'm so happy to complete it, and then all of a sudden it's like not worth as much as I thought it was. There's another of the kind of silver filigree Kylo Rens, and that one is not cracked either. Old Obi, I should say. Another old Obi. Another version of Obi. Luke Skywalker in the pilot form. Again, sell very well. Biggs sells very well as well. The pilots, if you have time to do them, they will sell, because people don't want to go through them and ever do them, is what I've kind of come to the realization of. There is a Darth Vader and a couple of Imperials there. Here is a... which one is that? I'm trying to remember which pilot helmet that is. Is that a U-Wing pilot? I think that's the more expensive U-Wing pilot right there. The helmet, anyways. This one is a Vulture from Superheroes. We'll put that over there. I almost scooped the research pile into this. White Robes Rey. That one's pretty cool too. Is she? I don't know if she's up in the piles quite yet, but like I said, these are all Star Wars figs. They're all going to do tremendously. So if I'm putting them down on the bottom, most of the time is, I mean, it could be just a mistake as well, but they're all great figs. Like, I'm going to use all of them. Eventually. Eventually. It takes a little while. There is a separation of bubble wrap between the two sets of bags, so I think we'll probably use that as a stopping point. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go through 1,000 plus, well, even more than that, because it's just parts and pieces. This is probably 4,000 pieces. Yeah, I don't think I can do that in one video. My mouth will not allow that. It's just not something that's in the cards. Another Sith Trooper right there. The old school Sith Troopers came with those Super Mandalorians, which are super cool. They've come down a little bit in price as well because more Mandalorians were made. Although they are still the coolest looking ones, I will say. 2 more Jawas of different sorts. We got another Clone Wars Anakin right there. This one... is this the newer fig? He's got like gold filigree on there too. Is that the fig from The Mandalorian? What is his name? I'm trying to remember his name. The other Jedi. That was a Shadow Trooper, but it is beat to heck, so we're not going to sell that one. Unfortunately, this one is too... that was an Anakin right there. Uh-oh, was this like a broken bag? Was it actually organized into broken? Or just bad luck? Just bad luck. Yeah, that one's chewed up too. Headset Anakin, but that is a Inferno Squad fig, which was a good fig. It had a good shot. Had a good shot at being good. Is that the pink lipstick? Is that Daphne? Unfortunately, it's not perfect. There's a line going through that, but I think that might be Daphne from Scooby-Doo. I did need that headpiece, if that is what that truly is. Headset Anakin there again. Zori Bliss. Utapau. We like Utapau. They've been a tougher sell lately, too, since they came out with new... Every time they come out with new ones, some people really like the old ones. So they still have a market for them. Headset Obi, that's a fantastic fig. That torso alone, we'll put that up there because I always need that torso. Sand Trooper. I don't even remember her name. Rose Tico. Some old school ones there. Every time they come out with a new clone, the old clones drop in value a little bit. I'm not going to be able to use that one. Except for the diehard like enthusiasts of like, I liked these, you know, back when I had them, so this is what I like. I think I've been putting stuff in the wrong bin. I could just put that in the fake bin instead of the damaged bin. Oh well. Oh well. We'll find out later. Here's another Kylo Ren. Different type of torso on that guy. There is Leia. Din Djarin again. Obviously, troopers are just, you know, they're troopers. I will make them and they will be fantastic. Sell them in packs of 5 or whatever. But they're just troopers for right now. That is 2 good heads right there. The newer updated Leia head and a Count Dooku head. Fantastic. This one is a clone pilot, which is also fantastic. We have Inquisitor, the original. Here's a Venator style Senate Commando. Let's put that in the nothing pile as well. Remus Lupin headpiece. Interesting. Clones. We like clones. That's old school Tarkin. Look, he's got those penetrating black eyes right there. It's crazy. Creepy. More clones. Yes, please. Boba Fett, the newer version. Not worth very much, but does sell very well in the Beskar armor. This one is Peli Mota. I think she's fairly decent. Made her in that reddish brown color, so probably less and less of her in the market. Din Djarin. That one actually could be a Jyn Erso too, but it also goes to an Imperial. There's a Rebel Frand. Unkar Thug right there. A-Wing pilot. Little kid Anakin again. Imperial, not much to say there. All of our heads are... That head is just really wants to go over there. Nothing there. Old school TIE pilot helmet. Nothing. Ooh, that goes to Galen Merrick, the Star Killer. Can we find his torso? That's the question. That head is not particularly valuable. I'm just going to put it up there just in case we find his torso in here, and then I can put it together. That'd be real nice. There's another one of those torsos I need all the time. It's either a clone pilot or the ATDP pilot. I get those ones confused all the time. Phase 2 Grunt, the original version, no helmet holes or anything like that. Fantastic fig right there. Came down in price just like all the other ones where they remake them and then come down in price, but people don't like those helmet holes, I'll tell you what. Chief Tarpals, and that is a old brown Qui-Gon Jinn hairpiece. As well as a Lando Calrissian in disguise right there. ASMR. All right, 28 minutes. We got 4 bags left on this top layer. Are there 3 layers? No, I think there's 2 layers. So 4 bags left on this top layer, and then we can make probably 2 equal videos. A lot of these got cut. I don't know why there's like a hole in them. Can't reuse the plastic bags if there's a hole in them. Gotta take a drink here. Okay. We're still here. Imperial right there. That actually could be the old school Tarkin we were looking for. This one is Sasaitine, I believe. Tyne? 10? Who knows? I don't think anybody knows. This is a fake Darth Maul pilot, ATST pilot, old school thing. That was the old school headset version of Obi-Wan. Newer Mandalorian from the Battle Pack. See, this one is the one I thought the Tarkin was with the emblem, but dead giveaway on the multiple emblems that it's a Tarkin. As many emblems as you can possibly find. I actually needed this one. Is that Wedge, I believe? He's out of stock right now in the store, so that is a very usable part to me at this time. Barris, Ophi. Don't know if that focused, but sorry if it didn't. Let's see. Nothing there. Din Djarin, battle droids. There's a Kashyyyk battle droid. That one's pretty cool. Here's the legs of our pearl white gold C-3PO. See, your brain starts going foggy after doing it for a while. That's why you got to take breaks. I'd love to do all this in one video, but oh my gosh. Your brain just starts disappearing on you. There's a Luke Skywalker. Another one of those. What are these things called? Gosh. I want to put that in research just so I can tell. Just so I can tell what it's called. That was a Phase 1 gunner. Here we have Crix from the Mon Calamari set. Cool one. Another transport pilot, one of the newer Scout Trooper helmets. I love the Scout Troopers. I don't know, just something to look about the Scout Troopers. It's fantastic to me. I've always loved them the most. The speeder bike chase was one of my favorite scenes when I was a little kid. And that's probably where it comes from. Rey, not much to see there. Here is old school. I keep saying old school, but old Luke Skywalker. And more of Han Solo's legs right there. Here's Tennum. That is the older version of that as well. That one's actually older, not just the actor's older. Darth Vader helmet, fantastic as always. Here we have one of the, another clone head, but newer A-Wing pilots as well right there. And another old school Darth Vader. That one actually is old school. There's an Ninjago head on there. 501st. We got Greedo. That one's a good one. Nice. Boba Fett helmet. I think we might have not put a Boba Fett helmet in there earlier today, but, you know, it is what it is. Resistance fig right there. I guess a female Resistance fig. Another example of... Oh, there's another Tatooine Luke. Leia was at that other one. Here's the printed legs. Not printed arms, but printed legs. Vader. 2 Boba Fett bodies right there. We won't put the bodies in there. I have just so many of those. It's insane. There's another Dark Trooper right there. What do they call those? Star Corps, I think. Episode 3. Clone Trooper. The yellow markings right there. Here is possibly this guy's legs. I don't want to put another arm in there. That's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. That's a cool one. Here we have the old school original Han Solo in his white shirt. That's a really cool one. Just needs the, he needs solid brown, just like old brown legs, I believe. So it's his original printing, but old brown legs instead of reddish brown. I think is the one that goes with that one. Or does that one have white? Just white legs, I don't know. Here's Luke Skywalker's headpiece, and here's the Sith Trooper. Oh no, never mind. This is the red version of the Sith Trooper helmet, which is right here. Believe it or not. There you go. See, putting things together for you. That's just a clone head. Okay. Oh, here's another one of those U-wing pilot helmets. Or did I just scoop that? No, it's right there. Okay. I need his legs, I believe. I think I have a lot of torsos. But I need legs. Ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan. Alright. 3 bags left for this half. I think it's half. If there's a third layer, I'm going to be terrified. And rejoicing, but also terrified. This is one of those weird astromechs. I always have to look up all the parts for them, but it's fairly decent. I'll put it up there. It deserves its spot. Hoth Luke right there. We got Leia. A little bit of a different form in there. What is that? The Or what that? It's not Endor. Is it Endor? Those legs could be pretty good. That looks like it might be going to either Boba Fett, young Boba Fett, or Max Rebo, possibly. Here we have Juno Eclipse. It's a cool one too. Even Pyle? Evan Pyle? I never know how to say their names. That's a good one. Another Luke Skywalker right there. Yoda, Rey. That form of Rey is a little bit easier to sell. Too bad that's not smooth hair. Reddish brown Leia. Old Obi. Episode 3 pilot. We're just going through these. Jar Jar. Huh, who had blue and red? I don't know who had that. Dual molded. There's another old school Tatooine Luke. Heck yeah, I need all these parts. Han Solo. Did we already put that one up there? Different legs on that guy. Those aren't the old, are those the old brown ones? They don't look reddish brown. Let's find something that's reddish brown. Sometimes it's hard to tell. They do have kind of a different tint, but they might be. I don't know. Put these on this guy for now. I don't think that those. I don't know if those actually go on him now. I don't know. Here's General Veers. That's one of the better versions of General Veers right there with the lighter blue on his torso right there. He also has the helmet with the goggles on it. Sith Jet Trooper, I believe is what that one is. Stas Ali. Fantastic. Put that one right up there. Those are the ones we're looking to try to complete, just like our other videos where we're trying to complete stuff. I haven't finished any of that in terms of putting it all away, so welcome to my life. Who is that? I don't know. I don't know at all. Weequay? Come on, focus, camera. Keep up with me. Weequay is pretty cool. I think these are going to go out like Black Friday or so. Okay, so there's another. Those look the same. Yeah. I think this is old brown. I don't know. I'm confusing myself. He unfortunately is sun bleached, but there's the old Tatooine. You can tell the difference in color between sides right there. Here is a cool advent calendar. Vader. Not worth a ton, but he will sell well. Another Vader helmet right there. Imperials. Obi-Wan with dirt stains. That's a good, easy sell as well. Here's... Didn't we have an old Han? Oh well. Old Han's head. I thought we had an old Han up there. Oh no. Ground crew. That one, I believe, goes to one of those crazy astromechs. Is it this crazy astromech? Possible. It is possible. Okay. Another one is Han torsos. We already have one of those up there, though. The head was trying to escape the bin. Don't put me in the bin. I don't want to go in the bin. This one's labeled Star Wars parts, so we know it's good. Right? Pretty sure that's how it works. Nothing there. It is a Star Wars part, though. No lie. That is one of the newer forms of Darth Maul. 501st Jet. Another Leia and a Cad Bane head. Unfortunately, that is a bit beat up, so that's not going to work out very well. Helmet holes, Ahsoka Trooper. Not great. Not great value-wise. Too new. Just some black heads there. That one also is a little worse for wear. We'll save his arms, though. His arms look like they're good. And they're in that dark tan, which is not as easy to find. There we do have a Sabine headpiece, or hairpiece, I should say, which is fairly decent. Let's see, Sith Jet Trooper right there, more pilots, more thugs. There's an something pirate. What is it? Something pilot. Pirate, not pilot. So, Asajj Ventress. Fairly decent, not great. Pilot Luke. Another one of these. Actually, we got the helmet of that guy, so now we have the whole thing. Special Forces Trooper. His head is not unique, so we should be able to complete that one just fine. Phase 1 Gunner. There's a Mando helmet. Another Barriss. That is a Prince of Persia fig, I believe. Is it a Sand Trooper pilot? Or a Sand Speeder pilot? I don't know, but it is chunked up beyond belief. That's not going to be useful for us. Here's that U-Wing pilot that goes to those 2 helmets. I always need the legs for that, though. I have plenty of the torsos, so hopefully we find some legs in here. Obviously, a ton of work to go through all of this stuff. Utapau Troop right there. But that's what I do. I get it for cheaper, and a lot of work goes into it, and then I sell it for more. When it's all complete and shiny and new, I've checked for cracks, done a lot of work on the back end, which is why I can charge a certain price. That's how it goes. That's what makes it all go round, so that this person who's selling this doesn't have to go through all of this stuff and put them all together and find all their pieces. Jedi Master Luke with that old school headpiece. And that's the whole point of it. That's the whole point of it. Jyn Erso, and also Cassian Andor, I believe, is what that one goes to. Jyn Erso's helmet is right there. We'll put Cassian up there. Cassian, of course, became a more expensive fig with all of the Andor stuff coming out. Don't know what legs those are either. Look those ones up. Another Boba Fett. He usually goes up there, but, you know, for right now, whatever, we're going to find a ton of him. Knight of Ren, I believe, is what that one is. Fantastic. I don't know which knight it is. Some knights are better than others. Ooh, look at that. Old school clone trooper with the helmet hole. The very first time they introduced that helmet hole, which is really cool. That is an B-Wing pilot, I believe. Same as this guy right there. He does have his legs, though. Sith Trooper helmet. Look at all those clone heads. Yes, please. I will take all of those. Mandalorian, that's the Battle Pack one. I thought this fig was going to go like crazy Cara Dune after she got fired, but never went up. You know, that's why I don't use speculative markets. So I don't buy a gajillion of those sets because I think that it's going to happen. Because most of the time you can't read, just like any other market, you can't read the market. Things happen, you're like, man, I should have done that, but you didn't know. Nobody could know. And that's the whole point. Don't time the market, right? I just buy what I can. Okay. How many bags we got left? 1 bag left. It does look like they're all kind of the same fig. Oh, we could do this. Put that. Put this guy. Oh, where'd you sneak in there? He's a sneaky sneaker. Then we got a whole fig right there. Okay, this one looks like it's all black Imperials, except for like 1 white torso in there, which is kind of interesting. I'm kind of sad to, I might just put this back in its bag and put it over there since it already looks like it's like separated for the most part. That one is Final Battle Luke, which is a fairly decent fig right there. Another one. Actually, that's the newer version. Never mind. So that's the one that there's like the hallway scene still available in stores, so not as good. Clone head on that guy. Heck yeah. Death Star helmet. Those are always good. Just see if there's anything other than just black Imperial or TIE Pilot. There's the original TIE Pilot right there. Figs in here. So there you go. There's a Inferno Squad. Something different. Another Inferno Squad right there. We'll be looking for like Death Troopers in here. Old school Vader. again. TIE Pilot, maybe printed arm TIE Pilots, that would be good. Another Inferno Squad right there. You'd think I'd go through one, there's a Dark Trooper, one haul first. Like, I haven't put away any of the stuff from the gigantic haul we did 4 videos on. It's been 4 weeks. I have not done anything on it. It's just the way it goes. Keeping up with the family, keeping up with homeschooling the kids, being the dad taxi. Kids are older, so they're doing activities. It's just, it's a real thing. Those are cool legs. That's vampire legs right there, I believe. Inferno Squad again. Imperials, Imperials, Imperials. Imperials. Darth Maul. The old school version. No Death Troopers in here, as of yet. Yeah, those are all just Imperials. All right, let's do our... Oh, actually, here's another Inferno Squad. Let's do our research. What was this? Darth Vader. I am going to keep this separated because it's already separated. Hey, where you going, buddy? Oh, that Luke was different, though, huh? Where was he? Put him over there. Okay, let's take a look at our research pile here. See, A, what that pilot is called, and B, if we can find any value on any of these things here. That would be pretty cool, too. All right, who does this go to? Comment down below if you knew before me. Let's see. One minifig. Oh, that's just the regular U-Wing pilot. Okay, that's nothing special. All right, makes sense now. A little different than normal, but I'm just gonna guess, just based off of this, I haven't done it yet, as you can see, still pulling up the photo, that this is the Overwatch guy. What's his name? The Western Overwatch guy. There you go. McCree! There it is. Man, that came to me out of nowhere. I don't know why I looked at that. Yep. Sometimes you can do the things. All right. Does this have printed arms? I don't think so, but... No, he's supposed to have that kind of arms. But, man, does that hit. That is fantastic. Heck yeah. That's cool looking. I'm going to put that up there just because it's so cool looking. Well done to whoever did that. I think those are... It's some kind of... I'm trying to remember what arms those go to. DJ Codebreaker is who this one is. Not a particularly... Oh, that's all United Kingdom. Let's see what US pricing is. Not bad. He's not bad. Let's go here. All right, who had blue and red? One minifig. Amy Farrah Fowler. Okay. Not bad. Let's see what this one is. I don't remember his name whatsoever. I think it's that one from that saved Grogu. Kelleran Beck. And he's fairly decent too. And then this one we're going to find out just because of the name of the pilots. It's not Cloud... What, Skyhopper? Is that what it is? Is that what I was thinking? Cloudhopper? Let's use the photo here and pull it up. Goes to one Skyhopper. See, I just need a little bit of time. I just need a little bit of time. I can research it myself in my brain computer. Good start. Good start for the price that I paid for these. We'll do okay. Well, we'll do great. But it's so much work on the back end, which is why they sell this kind of stuff to me, because it's a ton of work. You can sell it all at once for a big giant bulk amount, or you can do all of the work and try to maximize the amount, which is the back end of things for me. That's my job. Hope you guys enjoyed. We have a whole nother pile, as you can see. Oh, I can't even lift the box. Yeah. More. There is a third layer underneath there. What is that? Oh my gosh. Oh dear. Oh dear. I don't even know if we made it through 5 pounds. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed yourself on this one. Stay tuned for the next one. Looks like we might have bumped our desk and moved the tings out of the way. But hit that little bell. I'd appreciate one of these if it's available for you. It is free and easy. You know what? I'll catch you in the next one.